13th. 13th in the league. New manager, same problems, same squad, same players, same fragile mentalities, same disgraceful performances, making silly mistakes, letting the manager down, missing big chances. It does not matter who is in charge of Manchester United. I said this with Ten Hag. It does not matter who is in charge, because until most of these players are gone and most of these players are moved on, we will not be able to be a proper club. 13th place at Christmas time. The first time we've been in the bottom half of the Premier League table at Christmas time ever. That is how bad it is. The money spent in the summer, 600 million spent in the last few years. I tell you what, INEOS, you need to get the bank book out in January and you need to give Ruben Amorim some backing, because it's clear it does not matter who is the manager, who is the coach of Manchester United. With these players, nothing will be achieved. I mean, 4 big chances. We beat Tottenham and we beat Bournemouth for XG and we still can't outscore them. We should have scored at least 2 goals today. Did we deserve to win today? Absolutely not. Did we deserve a point? Probably not. Bournemouth outplayed us. But the fact that we're toothless in attack, we make ridiculous mistakes in defence, we don't have the energy to compete with other teams off the ball, what can Ruben Amorim do? And you've got to get the bank book out. You've got to spend Dalot, good player, in a back 4, in a back 5, as a wing back. Diogo Dalot it just can't happen. We need a left wing back. Dorgu, Kirkus, look at Kirkus today. Sign one of them in January. You could argue we need a right wing back because our best right wing back is Amad Diallo and he's our best number 10 and he's the only player in attack that seems to do anything. And today, his finishing boots weren't on. And when Amad can't produce, no one can produce. Bruno Fernandes didn't have his best game. He struggles to suit the system. He will be the scapegoat because Marcus Rashford is not on the squad. But yes, Bruno didn't have his best game, but Bruno, let's not scapegoat Bruno. Let's look at the collective. Other than Agate, do you think anyone had an okay game today? It was awful. Yoro, nothing wrong. But Agate, we collapsed when he came off. He was the only thing good about that game. We absolutely collapsed. Malacia is shocking. I feel for him. He's been injured. He's been out 18 months. We have to give him time. We have to be patient. But he really struggled physically. He really struggled with that game. Matthias de Ligt, people calling him a flop, people calling him a bad signing. Well, we've had 2 games without Matthias de Ligt and we've conceded 7 goals. So maybe we shouldn't jump on de Ligt and say he's a bad signing. Maybe we need that bit of leadership at the back because Martinez is struggling. Martinez, as good as he is on the ball, he is struggling off the ball. He is struggling with the physicality. Højlund, Xerxes, Ahmad, Garnacho, doesn't matter who plays. Chances were missed. Our XG to their XG. 4 big chances today. 4 big chances. We beat our top XG was 3 times higher than Tottenham's. Our XG was almost double Bournemouth today, and we can't outscore our opposition. There's so much Amorim can do, but if they're missing chances like that, you can't blame Amorim. This is one of the reasons I was so lenient on Ten Hag, and the reason I wasn't Ten Hag out right away is because I said we saw this under Ollie. Rangnick came in, it didn't get better. These players are a disgrace. No Marcus Rashford in the squad. Alice Rashford's the problem. Rashford's the problem. Who are we going to blame now? It is a collective of players, and the new players that come in are good for a little bit. They can get infected by this bug and virus at Manchester United. Mazraoui had his worst game today. He's been one of our best players this season. It's like today he was infected by the virus of the players around him that have been at this club a while, and that's affecting him. INEOS sacking people, getting rid of jobs, unsettling the academy. INEOS need to step up. They've sacked Ashworth. There's unsettled people there. They need to be brutal because it's not about Ruben Amorim. It's not about Ten Hag. It's not about the coach. It is about Manchester United's recruitment under Murta and under Arnold before INEOS came in being absolutely appalling. Because I look at the squad and I think, cool, de Ligt central centre-back, Yoro right centre-back, Ahmad right 10, Agate could be made a pivot, can work, I think, but I think, we probably need someone else in there, a bit of legs. Left wing back, left 10, left centre back, another midfielder with legs because if we take Agate off, we collapse. Right wing back, you can argue, because I think Mazraoui's best at right centre back. We need to step up. Because 0 goals today. We didn't deserve to win, but to score 0 goals was an absolute joke. For me, this was the worst performance under Amorim. The players were shocking. The defence was poor. Mistakes were poor. We were giving the ball away. We were not keeping the ball well. The wing-backs just provided absolutely nothing going forward. Malacia, Dalot, even Mazraoui, none of them had good games. I'm actually praying for Luke Shaw to be back. I mean, Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, what if they could stay fit? At least we'd be better off. Delo, really poor. I don't want to go on Delo. He's a good player who doesn't suit the system. Agate, the sub made no sense. And the worst thing about it is the penalty was so avoidable. We're 1-0 down. We can get back into the game. We concede a silly penalty. 2 minutes later, we concede another goal. How many times have we conceded 2 goals after each other in quick succession? We did that versus Tottenham. We did that versus Bournemouth. We've done that versus Nottingham Forest. We could have got a result versus Nottingham Forest. We could have got a result today if we'd taken our chances and not made those silly mistakes. But yet again, silly mistakes, conceding in quick succession when the second half begins. The last 3 games we've conceded so quickly in the second half, apart from Man City. If we look at Forest, we look at Tottenham, we look at Bournemouth. Silly mistakes, conceding quickly in the second half, player errors, then missing chances to score. That is not on the manager, that is on the players. We concede another goal from a set piece, which is an absolute disgrace that nearly 50% of the goals we conceded this season are from set pieces. Only Wolves have worse than that record as well. In the final third, we've probably been the most wasteful team in the league. I think we've underperformed our XG more than any other side. And that is why I think it's on the players today. It doesn't matter about the manager. INEOS have to get recruitment. They have to get it spot on. INEOS, you want to make a statement? Edison and Kirkers in January. Spend 80 million. Bring those 2 players in. Edison and Kirkers in January. If Rashford goes, go all out. Kvaratskhelia, Rodrigo, Cunha, João Pedro. To see what you can do. Because we got bullied throughout the game by Bournemouth and we defended absolutely appallingly. And only Southampton have conceded 3+ goals in Premier League home games more times than Man United this season, which is absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. This is a player thing. This is a mentality thing. This isn't on Amorim. I'm seeing what he's trying to implement, but the players have got to do it. And as Terry said here, 60% of the ball and 20 shots, 7 since going down 3-0, 7 since going down 3-0. The lack of clinical edge today has peed me off more than conceding the goals. And I agree with Terry. We were making mistakes. We lacked the clinical edge, but we shouldn't be conceding those kind of. We should be scoring those kind of chances. Absolutely lost my words there because I'm seething. But the goals we're conceding are a joke. We shouldn't be conceding goals so softly. But it's the chances we are missing. We are missing chances. We're making silly mistakes. It was poor. I go through every single player. Anana held onto the ball for too long. Wasn't great. Mazraoui probably had his worst game in the season. Stupid penalty. Shouldn't have given it away. Delo, poor again. He needs a rest. We need a left wing back. It's not helping him out. He does not help. Malacia, I just feel harsh being critical of Malacia, but defensively poor. He's being outpaced. I think he's had 18 months out. Of course, it's going to take him time to get physically back, but he was not at the level. Going forward, didn't bring much. He did put in a good cross and win a foul. That was about it. Maguire, I don't think had that bad of a game out of the defence. Euro, when he came on, was fine. Leach, again, being bullied off the ball. Does well on the ball, bullied off the ball, but defensively naive. Maino had some good moments on the ball, but once Agate came off, he really struggled. Him and Bruno did not gel in the pivot. Bruno was particularly wasteful in the final third again today. Bruno had a really, really poor game. Maino, I felt a bit sorry for him. Agate probably was the best player today, and then he got subbed off and we collapsed. Garnacho had a massive chance. He should have scored, and it was weak. Garnacho has been really wasteful lately. I really wanted to turn it around, but he needs to improve. Hoyland again had a shot when he could have laid it into Garnacho, was wasteful. Xerxes was losing his duels, losing his headers when you're 6'5", man. Amad Diallo was the only attacker that looked like he was going to make something happen, probably the second or third best player on the pitch today, but he had 2 shots, but maybe you'd expect him to do better in another game. Nothing was coming off in Manchester United. Nothing at all. It was poor. It was a bad game. Other than Euro, other than Agate, I was disappointed with everyone. I feel like they let Amorim down. I feel like that we are wasteful. And I feel that in January, INEOS have to go out and spend, because we're 13th in the league. We are Manchester United. That is an absolute joke that we are 13th in the league. And we deserve to be 13th in the league, because the lack of quality on display today was unbelievable. The chances that we miss, the mistakes that we make, this is not down to a coach. This is down to players. This is down to the club. This is down to the environment. And INEOS, I need you to reset this.